Alright guys, so to solve our third problem, by the way this is problem C again, 1324, I changed the scale on my little NMR here, so keep an eye out for that just because we have all of our peaks are kind of upfield. So yeah, let me just start. Again, first step, always, degrees of unsaturation. So we have 5 times 2 equals 10, plus 2 equals 12, minus 8 equals 4. Divide that all by 2, and we get 2. So I'm going to put that up here. 2 degrees of unsaturation. So yeah, let's start solving this problem. Oh, one thing I forgot to put on here is they integrated everything for you and gave you the amounts. So it's, let's see, 2 hydrogens, 3 hydrogens, and 3 hydrogens. So yeah, let's just solve this all across. Actually, starting this way. I want to look at this guy first because you can see it integrates to 3. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's a CH3 group. And if you look, 1, 2, 3 peaks just like that means it's next to a CH2 group. That's pretty easy for me to see right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up here. Makes sense, right? There's no other way to get a CH3 group that's being split by 2 hydrogens besides this setup here. So since we just kind of deduced that there's a CH2 group, I want to go down and find what looks to be the CH2 group. And if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4 peaks, it means it's being split by 3 hydrogens, and that fits right along well with this picture. That's being split by these hydrogens. On top of that, it's shifted a little upfield. I kind of keep that in mind, and also that it is not, it's isolated. It's not by any other hydrogens besides these here, or else it would be split by more. So that's not right. It wouldn't make sense, or go 1. So yeah, we're that far. Let me stop for a second and look where we are. So we took care of 2 of the carbons so far and 5 of the hydrogens. We still haven't included any oxygens yet or any degrees of unsaturation. I'm going to go ahead and look at this peak because I don't really know what to do next with the information we have. And this peak looks like it's a CH3 group, but it looks like it is isolated. It's not being split by any other hydrogens. So that said, I'm going to just draw it up here. CH3, and it's next to something. So there's a couple things that could be going on with these oxygens here. I'm thinking a carbonyl. I guess you could have an ether, but I'm looking to knock out these oxygens and these 2 degrees of unsaturation. Plus, since we've only counted 3 carbons, and there's 2 more carbons, yet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No more hydrogens to use up. So in the end, when you're really thinking about this, the only thing left that we could include are carbonyls because we have to get, it's going to be connected to oxygens. There's only 2 to use. We need 2 more carbons. No hydrogens connected to those carbons. Makes sense to me that we have 2 carbonyls. So at this point, I think we have enough information to solve. Since this is isolated, it must be attached. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and erase these. We established 2 carbonyls, at least I think, so far. So this is isolated, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's next to a carbonyl. It's not next to any other hydrogens on this side. This one, since it's not being split by other hydrogens, I'm going to go ahead and say that it is also next to a carbonyl. These could be the same carbonyl, but since we're trying to take care of both the oxygens, I think that we're looking at 2 separate carbonyls right next to each other. So let me draw this out and see if it makes sense with what we think so far. I'm going to start with, so we start with this ethyl group, right? So the CH3, the CH2, like we said, it's next to a carbonyl. With what we're saying, carbonyls are next to each other, and then we have the CH3. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, 2 different degrees of unsaturation, and I think it explains each of these peaks pretty well in their sort of chemical shifts. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the right answer for this question.